It's true. This 10 handicapper shot level par in this live golf lesson. Now, I travelled up to Manchester the other week to play with my friend Nedham. Hello, Nedham.
Oh, whoa.
The match is on my channel already. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll put the link in the description and I'll pin it at the top of the screen. But in this video, we're going to walk you through some holes that we played and talk you through how you maybe should be thinking on the golf course to help you lower your scores. Should you be thinking about how to stop your slice on the course? Should you be thinking about trying to stop fatting and thinning your shots? Oh, no. Or is it a case of understanding your golf a bit better to help you lower those scores instead? Before we start, in the comments down below, what's your handicap and what's the lowest you've ever scored? 10 handicapper shooting level par. Honestly, if you need a partner in a 4-ball, give Nedham a shout.
Let's go!
347 yard par 4 to start.
I'm thinking the flag's to the left, or am I making that up?
Dog leg left, I would say.
So in my mind, the line is the lighter trees, the two there.
Yeah.
Or just slightly over those
To the left
bunkers.
of those bunkers, yeah. Driver?
I think so. It doesn't seem like it's too penal.
From what I've seen so far, I think driver at those two trees
That's the line.
is probably pretty good.
And it won't be too, it doesn't look too troublesome if you miss to the right
if
of
you're
it.
going to miss, you want to miss right.
But aiming at the two trees.
Yeah. And I think aiming at those two trees gives you the best option for if you slightly pull it too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, coach. I slightly pulled it off the trees.
Slightly pull, draw into A1. Good start.
I like the look of this hole though, because
Suits your eye.
yeah, because if you aim for like those trees, I can't see, you could have like a 30-yard miss either way.
Oh yeah, you've got
and
a
it
big
feels
gap
like it's
there.
all right, yeah.
Yeah.
So it gives you confidence, and I'm sure the people who are tuning into this, there's some holes which just don't suit your eye. Oh no!
No, don't
No,
do
he's thinned it.
Oh dear. Oh no. Letting him get in his own head seems to have worked.
Like if it was equivalent the other way around on a left to right dog leg, I wouldn't like it as much. But
That
yeah.
one, A1.
Yeah, I'll take that. I've got a potential story for you here.
Go on.
And if someone disagrees, if someone disagrees, put it in the comments.
Yeah.
If someone agrees, like it.
Yeah, go on then.
And either way, listening to it, subscribe. So, the concept of A1.
Yeah.
I said it quite a lot in football, and then I was with someone who's a bit of a football historian, and I said the concept comes from when radio commentary of football was happening, and it used to be linked to a magazine, something like a Radio Times as such, but for football, and they'd be describing where a player was, and the play would be in grid A1. So that's the name of a position. So people had a more vivid idea of where the ball was moving throughout the game of football. So it wouldn't just be like, say, Stones to whoever.
Okay.
It's Stones to Walker in A1. Yeah, A1 position. You see? So you learn something every time you come up north, my friend.
We like that sort of stuff on the channel.
Exactly, yeah.
And I'm sure that that's right, but if
it's wrong, listen.
I'd love to hear another concept on it if it is wrong.
I want to see how many people are saying that's right or wrong in the comments.
A1, that is.
Yes, it is.
Question for you.
Go on.
Are you thinking about your shot yet or not?
This next one?
Yeah.
As I'm walking up, I would say yes.
Okay.
But not loads, because I think because this one's a bit shorter, a lot of the dangers and issues are right here for you to see.
Okay.
But I'm looking to see where the ball is, looking at some of the things separating.
Okay.
But most of my true work starts at this point.
Fine.
Where I'm going to figure out the distances. The first bunker doesn't feel like a concern, because that's more of a concern for people who want to drive it.
This one on the left or?
Well, both of them actually.
Yeah.
So the one on the left and the one on the right.
Yeah.
I'm unsure about the mound on the left.
Okay.
I don't understand what that's for. But the distance is 75 to the flag, which is in the middle. So I imagine it's probably 90 yards to the back, probably like 65, 60 to the front. I think the flag's middle left. It's tough. I guess the miss would be anything towards the right as such, but it seems like one of those things where you can go for the flag as such.
Okay.
The wind's slightly helping off the right. So it's like a 60, 65 shot, it feels like.
It's interesting, isn't it? You said 90 to the back, 60 to the front.
Yeah.
And because you're a laser man, you don't know, do you?
No.
And it's hard to zap and get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I'd be zapping the
watch,
mound.
it's 67 to the front.
Okay.
and 98 to the back.
Okay, so there's more space behind it than I see.
So loads more space behind. You start thinking that that's 90 to the back.
Yeah, you're going to be
Then all of a sudden your dispersions are getting shorter and shorter.
Good point.
We know everyone pretty much on average will
Misses
finish
short,
short more often than not. When I'm walking up, I'm literally thinking of what is that bank doing, and that's where I don't want to go.
Yeah, okay.
So it'll be interesting to see where you aim. I know you said you can go pretty much straight at it, but even...
You just don't want to risk pulling it.
I'm thinking that next T sign, that T sign right there. So I'm not even aiming at the pin here still. And if I hit it straight at the sign, like, and a good distance, I'm 6 feet.
Yeah.
If I pull it, like, I'm a hero.
Yeah, you don't tell anyone.
If I push it slightly, I'm still on the green.
Yeah.
So, like, the only thing I'm thinking of here is I don't want to end up in that hump on the left.
Yeah, okay.
And aiming away from it slightly and not at the pin, even though you're 60, what was it, 60?
I'm 70, I think I'm 76 or whatever.
76 to the pin.
Yeah.
Like, people will always aim at the pin here.
Do you know my concern though, especially when you're not 100% confident with your game itself? You know what the distance is, but there's also something in the back of your mind about the nature of the bad shots that you hit.
Oh, no.
A fat one, which is fine, but then it's the thought of a thin zipping over the back, especially over this sort of distance. And I think most people aren't great at this sort of distances. Would you agree? But I'll give it a go. So
what club have you got?
I've actually gone for 58. You like it, don't like it?
Again, it's so personal, this sort of thing, because some people are so much better at full shots. So I would say probably 58 full shot, maybe even open it up a bit and take a bit of speed off, like, is good. But if I was
You'd be doing
here, I would be 52, something 52, like that.
To get it lower into like...
Whatever your gap wedge is, so you're 54 probably.
To carry it how far?
Just to literally fly it pin high, it's going to stop still.
Okay.
Like, you do whatever you would do, but again, the options are there for people. The point of it is that you need to know what golfer you are.
Yeah,
and if you're a golfer that doesn't like to hit three-quarter shots, then you need lots of options in your wedge area.
Yeah, yeah.
And you've got 3 there, and your wedge, so you've got 4, whereas I've got 50 and a 58.
Yeah, yeah, got you.
Nice, slightly right at the flag. Pin high.
It ended up, it did peel a bit to the right for some reason, but...
10 handicapper shoots under par. Oh, what a start.
Bandito!
That's a very good shot, sir.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. To be fair, it's a bit further away as I get here now.
2-3 feet, pretty nice. Thoughts on putting?
Yeah, I hate it.
You hate it?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I like the idea of being good at putting, but again, no.
You don't practice it though, do you?
No, I imagine most people don't really.
And you know how often are you playing the same course over and over? Or I
don't really play a lot of golf, so I think that's my issue. So I do a lot of stuff on the driving range. So lo and behold, short shots, putting, goes down the pan.
We'll get you a centre putt out.
Yeah,
Speak
but then
to the guys at putt out.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Get you practicing a little bit. What are you feeling? Straight, left or right?
I'm feeling maybe left edge. That's how I'm feeling, but we'll soon see.
Birdie to start.
Let's go!
412, par 4.
It's forcing. I feel like it's forcing the driver into my hand again.
Try a bit of a dog leg right, so green's going to be down here. Might be able to see a flag down there somewhere. Thoughts?
Again, so on the last hole I said how the right to left one suited my eye. This one doesn't suit my eye.
Okay.
But I'm looking at the smaller tree in the distance. You see where the mower is?
Where the mower is, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably the line to go for. Because I feel like if I pull it, it won't be too bad.
Yeah.
Or is this the type of thing where you try and play the shape of the hole?
It's interesting, isn't it? Because what your handicap of, say, 10, you'd get a shot on here.
Yeah.
So
keeping it in play is the only thing.
The only thing here for me is right.
Yeah.
Like, you literally can't hit it over there.
Yeah.
So your line, like, I'd be aiming at the bigger tree to the left of your line.
Yeah, okay.
And I would also be trying to draw biased it so it misses left too.
Okay, that much, even though it seems like it's a long way right from that point to the miss.
Yeah, so again, if you hit a good drive at that tree, great, but I would always just have like the left missed in mind. So if that's a technical change or a thought that you have in your head, or even if you don't have that,
Yeah.
then I would aim more left than that tree. So
Okay. But then I think from yardage wise, that feels quite short as well, because I'm gonna end up in those trees if I do that.
Yeah.
Isn't that quite a way back?
Again, like, we want to keep big numbers off your card.
This is true.
That down there is going to be a big number.
Yeah.
And if you have to chip out when you've got a shot and then on the green and 2 putt,
Yeah.
like, life's still good.
Yeah. Okay.
If you aim at that tree and rip one dead straight, I think you're going to be perfect.
Okay. Oh. Oh.
Stay there. Stay there.
Oh, it's peeling. Do you think that should be short of those trees?
Let's find out. So that one there, I think it's all right. It can drop down in line with the bunker, so it's right on the edge. But if you pick now a point left of where we even thought,
Yeah.
now you're all of a sudden in play even more.
That's a good point, yeah.
Like, you can hit it on that other fairway if you want to.
Yeah, it's true. And I suppose that's the thing, like that was a bad miss for me. And like I said earlier,
Because the wind's off the left too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can feel that now and stuff as well.
It's that thing I said
Adding
about
it all up.
holes that like suit your eye and stuff. When it's going right to left, I feel like I'll turn it right to left.
Yeah.
On something like this, in my head, I'm thinking I'm just going to slice it or something. You know what I mean? I can't. It's just
Definitely more wind off the left than you can feel now.
This is true.
So we've got a prime example of literally what I was just explaining. So Nedham's hit his ball here, and yes, we said that this was the trouble. Luckily, he hasn't reached it, but also, if he had aimed his spot off the tee
Further.
10-15 yards left and more towards that other fairway, another hole, now you've got a shot, but
Instead of
you're chipping out. Bit of GUR, which unfortunately you've just missed, so we're going to have to play it.
And my minions didn't come out and just kick it over there as well.
Yeah.
That's the annoying thing. I was fully expecting them to be here.
So what's your thoughts on the chip out? Like,
So
literally just
I, like most people, historically bad at chip outs. Like, if I chip out, it's either goes here into the GUR, or I'll go fizz it through to the other side. But
do you have any thoughts on, like, whether you want it at a certain yardage for your next shot, or do you want to get it as close as you can? Like, what's your thought?
For me, it's probably as close as I can, and it feels more obvious to just be more this way as opposed to just playing it here.
Honestly,
Go on.
as close as you can get it for the people down that lens. When you're chipping out, just get it as close to the green as you can, because I know people will say, I'm better from 70 yards than I am from 20.
Yeah, you're not really,
well,
are you?
all right, if you actually look at a massive data set, like, it's literally, I think only 4% of people are actually better. You've chipped out, and that is good. So that was pretty safe.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, it was, yeah. That's
Like,
what people came to
You
say.
could have gone tighter to that tree.
Yeah, I could have done, but then I was worried about potentially pushing it a little bit.
All of a sudden, if you go tighter to that tree, then you're 5-10 yards closer again.
This is true.
So, but again, I know that that's down to skill set and stuff, and how aggressive you can be with chip outs.
I think there's an element of like confidence as well, because some people really thrive. Like I'm better on a bigger course than I'm a pitch and putt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I played with pitch and putt with some of my friends. Shout out to Callum, Darrow, and a few others.
Oh,
and,
shout out.
Yeah, shout outs to the boys. And I was like, and they thought I was crap because it was the first time playing with them. Then went out on the main course, I'm like, oh my God, I just thought what's going on. Oh. But then, yeah, it's just, I guess I've just got heavy hands.
So on the fairway.
Yes.
And.
Feels very similar to the last shot.
Okay.
Shorter distance.
Oh, I don't know. It's probably going to be similar, I reckon. 69.
Is that what you've got?
Yards.
68 to the flag.
58 to the flag.
68, that is, yeah. So it looks like it's about
61 to the front, 92 to the back, 76 middle. What's your thoughts?
The middle number sounds nice, so 70 something, which is the same as the hole before. In terms of trouble, you should just try not to go right.
There's not really a lot of trouble here, and the pin's right in the middle. You mentioned it on the last, when do you be aggressive? Like, you can be aggressive here. You can literally aim straight at it. The only thing I would say is that I would play the number, so if you're going to miss, you're going to miss slightly long, because you don't want to leave yourself short chipping on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So aim at it, sniper golf now. Lovely strike, and that's a bit long of the flag, I reckon.
Ah, it's a bit big.
But like,
it's a nice sound,
let's put you in a different scenario here. So if you're in that same spot and there's a bunker short of the green, like, I would say you've got to be playing middle to back yardage.
This is true, yeah.
So it's always depending on the situation and the scenario. That is literally one rare scenario where you can just go right, straight at it, hit the yardage that I want to hit the pin basically. If I pitch it pin height, it's going to go a few yards long, but I'm going to have a good putt. But you've basically just got yourself out of trouble here.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
You put yourself in a stinky spot there, chipped out on the green.
Would you have hit a 54, your 52, whatever you've got?
What, chip out?
No, and this for that shot there, compared to the one before?
No, probably not, because I want that ball to stop pretty quick.
Okay.
Not much green, like short and stuff, so you can be aggressive with a 58 there. Again, it's totally personal preference, that.
So now I'm looking for a 2-putt, get it within the, is it a dustbin?
2-putt, and if it goes in, bonus. A stat that always blew my head off, to break 70, it is the stat.
Yeah.
If you're trying to break 70, 50 yards to 120 yards, I think it is, people have got to hit 2 more greens in regulation. From that yardage that you've just gone there, the advice would be, make sure you hit the green.
I know, it seems like the simplest game in the world, doesn't it? Yeah. So what do you need me to do? Yeah, just hit the green.
Put it on the green.
Okay, cool. I got you.
People think that you should be getting up and down and stuff from that position where you just were.
It's not
like
essential.
You might get up and down and hold this putt, but
it's not essential.
The percentages of that actually happening are still low.
Yeah.
2 putts is good. You got a shot. Nicely done. Bit short on line.
Everything short. Everything short. Is there a place I can go for that?
Did you think that was uphill, level, downhill?
I thought it was relatively flat.
Yeah, relatively flat to slightly uphill, maybe. Yeah, I would say.
But I'm also, I'm like
down a hill here. I'm
reluctant, unfortunately, to get stuff past the hole because there were, as some of my friends will tell you, I did have a flipping hammer hands. So as a consequence, like it'd go, and you go from being in a position where you're excited about what you can get, to all of a sudden, like it's just, you know, because I've got distance, I could be on a par 5 green in 2. Yeah. But there's always a chance I walk off with bogey, and that's the issue.
Skipped a few holes. 3-7-3 par 4.
I'm looking at all these bunkers and not realizing what the best shot is, because you could be conservative, but then you still got a long hole in, haven't you?
You wouldn't now zap bunkers, or would you?
I would do. I wish I had your device.
You wish you had my ShotScope X5
to be honest,
premium golf watch.
To be honest, I just wish I was you.
Do you want me to have a look for you?
Not
I'll
yet.
help you with some information if you need it. 248 to carry the first bunker, and then you don't need to worry about the ones in the distance.
Because they're like 300, is it 290 or something?
330, 340. First bunker on the left here, 250 to carry.
And the aim point
These
would
ones
be...
you're not making.
The aim point would be at the right bunker, or do you think the left one?
What do you think, and why?
The right one feels a bit close to those trees, if it peels off. But then the middle one, if you pull it and aggressively pull it, it could be, do you know what? I'm going for the 2, like, weeping willows or whatever.
Watching you so far, I haven't seen an aggressive pull to the left.
Okay.
I've seen more high and a bit floaty rights as your bad one.
Yep.
So, like, for me, if you were to say, I'm going to aim at the middle bunker, like, I would be happy.
Okay.
I'd be happy if you said, I was going to aim at the right one.
Okay.
Because we know that right is going to be in play, but left
is not. Okay.
It probably isn't. Okay. So I'm not too worried about which one you pick.
Okay.
Because of the pattern that you've brought out today.
Okay.
If you had been hitting a few snipey left ones, then I'd say aim right at that right bunker.
yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
But we're playing your pattern. Lovely. Straight at the church. At the right bunker.
Do you reckon that's moved with the wind or just the flight itself?
Yeah, I reckon it's a little bit of both. There's definitely some wind about, isn't there?
Yeah.
We've been hitting a few shots that have moved slightly. That's just a good shot. Just drifted off the fairway to the right, but again in play and absolutely fine. Lie?
Yeah, it's okay. It looks like it could be a flyer.
Yeah, not too bad. You're classing that as a flyer, are you?
I say could be.
Yeah, I wouldn't see that as a flyer personally.
Listen, for how I strike it, everything's a flyer. Everything in the rough is a flyer, my friend.
What are you thinking?
So I'm thinking it's going to be into wind now. The pin's on the right, so it's a sucker pin. Lots of space to the left, but that bunker on the left is shorter than, say, the one on the right. So it's playing potentially, let's see. So the flag's 105, but it's probably looking at 115, I'd say.
Yeah, so it's 112 to the middle, 97 front, 126 back.
126
and we're
back.
Into the wind as well.
So my issue here is that I do have a tendency to just be quite floaty with stuff.
Yeah.
But if it's coming out this, and I believe it might be a flyer, then some of the spin will be taken off, wouldn't it? It's 105 playing 115.
Wedge?
Yeah, it's a wedge, yeah.
So what yardage are you trying to hit?
I think I'm going to say probably like 120.
120, and where are you going to aim?
I've got to go left of the flag, really.
How far?
Probably, I'm looking at probably 5 yards left of it.
5 yards left?
Possibly,
okay.
Yeah.
So for me personally, like, what did you say the pin was?
105.
105, so yeah, that's pretty front of the green.
Yeah.
So I'd be playing middle yardage, 115.
Yeah.
120 with the wind. And then I would be aiming right in between flag and bunker.
Yeah.
And then if you slightly pull it, slightly push it, you should still be absolutely fine. You taking the pin on here, if anyone was to go straight at the pin here,
It's asking for trouble.
asking for trouble unless you always draw it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Like that bunker on the right is easily going to catch you.
Yeah.
So keep away from bunkers. Aim right in between the two of them, which is literally in between flag and left bunker as well. Nice. Ah, it's easy. It's easy.
Easy game,
Is
this.
that on the green, I can't.
I think it's just about on the green, yeah.
Nicely done.
I hit a soft shot, coach. I hit a soft one.
Soft shot.
Hit a soft one.
Ball back in your stance, just knock it forward.
Ah, people are stunned. They've never seen shot making like it.
How easy's golf, eh?
Ah, it's boring, mate. I don't know why I bother watching.
What a lovely shot.
Yes, wait, you asked me if I was on the green. You said, am I on the green?
Yeah, I couldn't see it because the camera was a bit lower in the frame.
Yeah.
So this for 1 under.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on this? Is this like something that you think you should hole, or you would be disappointed if you missed?
No, I don't think I shouldn't be thinking it. I'd like to hole it. As I go and look at it, if it's a straighter type putt without too much break, then say my expectations of maybe holding it go up.
Yeah.
But they don't go up high.
Yeah.
And given the fact that, say for this one, say even if I get it past the hole, it's not going to run away. So I feel like I'm not going to be penalised too heavily by being more aggressive on this one.
Okay, so you're changing a little bit of how you're putting and the strength you're hitting it, because I personally would be hitting this putt exactly the same as how I would always hit a putt.
Okay.
And I always want it to finish
Yeah.
around here.
Yeah.
Because what you got to remember, again, like long shots, you've got a dispersion. You've got a dispersion with your putter. Mine's probably tighter. If we were to hit 10 putts, 10 feet, mine might be tighter than what yours is.
Yeah.
So you've always got to remember what your dispersion is, even with putting.
Yeah.
And if you're thinking, I need to hit this one harder, then all of a sudden your harder putts are going further away, your softer ones, and so on and so on.
I think for me, in regards to this though, it's more so the idea that, unfortunately for me, my tendency today has been to miss things short.
Yeah.
So I know I need to be nudged to do that, but I wouldn't want to do that on a hole where it's downhill.
Yeah.
So this one is the one which, in my mind, is going to draw me out to try and actually get it to the hole instead of being so fearful of it, because of the fact that it's flatter than some of the other ones I've seen. So I would be more, if there was like a big drop off after the hole, there's a good chance that my tendency will just kick in.
I think this is a pretty safe putt, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you've just got to be good at understanding distance control, and that's probably the thing, if we're honest, you struggle with the most.
Yeah, it's fair.
If we can give you a few tips on distance control, but you don't always practice as well.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna try.
How much tips will actually make a difference?
No, for me, with things, I like to get better at things.
Yeah.
And from once I understand something, then that's what I do it. Because so far, through my life, I've played golf for a long time, but I've had 3 lessons from you and 1 from someone 10 years ago. That's it.
3 lessons from me and your level par.
That's literally, must be down to you. But that's it. I like to play the game. I've been subscribed to Mark for 1,000 years, you and everyone else.
He looks 1,000 years, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really does. When you look back, I don't know what's age worse, the footage or him, but either way, you know what I mean? I've seen these.
2 putts, if it goes in, bonus. Lovely. Pick that up, sir.
Thank you very much.
You don't have to be aggressive all the time to play good golf. Honestly, good golfers are proper boring.
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised at how little they aim at straight at pins when they're close as well. It's such a different mindset to what like there, I would 100% see people aiming straight at that pin, ending up in that bunker.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Listen, I'm happy. You've taught me through some things there, and I've seen something, especially the drive, the hole before where I was near the GUR. And I suppose I have to see a different course because I'm a bit longer than a lot of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, it's not being conservative, it's being smart.
Smart.
And my tendency.
Smart and boring.
Yeah, well, no, it's not boring. With distance, it's never boring.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like, it's smart, because I've played against some of my friends who are tour pros and stuff. Sam Hutby, one of them. And like, we'll be playing and we'll get around and he's like 5-6 under, and I'm trying to think of like,
how's he done that?
Yeah, how's he done that? But he's
looks
like
effortless, doesn't it?
But you know, that's why he's European tour pro and I pay for rounds of golf. But, you know, such is life.
Nedum, thank you.
Pleasure, coach. So what do we say then? Subscribe, like, comment, ring the bell. Let's get Coach up to 1 million. How about that?
And go and watch Nedum on his.
Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. This is the golf world now. Let's all just support each other and have a good time.
Awesome. Good to see you.
You too, boss. Thank you.